The run in the conference. Starting lineups: Ariella Hennigan, Destiny Bynum-Johnson, Zoe Stewart, Rain Durant, and Niall Miller. And here we are at tip. Syracuse wins. Laila Phelia to start us off in the right wing, driving down the baseline, looking for Izoje. Niall Miller guarding Dominique Darius. Bars a screen from Izoje. Darius, free throw line jumper. No good. Rebound Howard. Niall Miller with the rebound. Zoe Stewart with the ball for the Bison. That's an up top. The Destiny Bynum-Johnson on the right wing. No Zanaya Thomas in the lineup for Howard. Shot no good from Ariella Hennigan, the freshman. Now Syracuse overshoots that one. It'll be Howard ball. For Syracuse's lineup today, Sophie Burrows starting the lineup. She wants to get her shooting numbers back up. Laila Phelia, Shy Hawkins, Dominique Darius, and Uche Izoje to close it out down low.
First game of the season that Shy Hawkins starts this year. We saw a pair of freshmen get starts in the first 6 games, with Camden Nelson getting 3 and Jasmine Cooper getting 3. But now the sophomore in the starting 5 for the first time.
Backdoor cut was picked off. Now Shy Hawkins in transition. Niall Miller falls. Down low to Izoje, knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay on this side.
The start to the game is going to be really key for both these teams. Coach Jack stressed to us before this game that the start is where she's looking for the most improvement from her team. She felt like against Michigan, and even in some of the first 5 games of the season where SU won, they got punched in the mouth first. You got to punch first. That's what Coach Jack was saying.
Burrows' 3, no good. The shooting struggles continue. Now on the other side, Ariella Hennigan. Fans still clapping for Syracuse as they're waiting for the Orange to make their first basket of the game.
You do like to see the confidence from Burrows there, though, as she's missed a lot of shots this season. Continue to let it loose.
Freshman Hennigan, no good off the front of the rim. Never had a chance on that one. Now Burrows for the Orange to Darius. Down low to Izoje, knocked away by Niall Miller. Another turnover for the Orange. Destiny Bynum-Johnson handing it off to reset to Hennigan, and back up top to Niall Miller. Driving on Dominique Darius. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Howard, putting it back up. It falls. Rain Durant, a second chance effort, puts Howard on the board early against the Orange.
That's a heck of a way to kickstart your first start of the season if you're Rain Durant.
Laila Phelia, jumper at the left elbow, no good. Rebound to Izoje, putting it back up. Putting it up again. Foul call. She's headed to the line.
This is going to be a really tough test down low for Rain Durant in her first start of the season, but she has been really good so far. Got the bucket down low on one end and then gets the block on Izoje. Just one too many block attempts. If you keep trying to knock it away, eventually, usually you'll hit the arm, and that was the case there as Izoje just gets knocked.
So here's the freshman, Uche Izoje, to shoot 2. The native of Nigeria, the leading rebounder this year. Half of her boards are offensive rebounds. She makes free throw 1 of 2. Averages 6.2 rebounds a game to lead Syracuse. Puts Syracuse on the board. Wins the second. 2-1 your score. Coach Grace relaying the play call to Hennigan up top. Syracuse still looking for their first field goal of the game. Laila Phelia guarding Hennigan. Now to the right. Bynum-Johnson driving in the free throw line. Down low to Miller. Good defense by Burrows. Avoids the foul. Now to Zoe Stewart. Pull up jump on the left side. Rims out. Who's going to get it? The ball is still loose. Hennigan retrieves. Now to the corner. Zoe Stewart. Looking to reset up top with Ariella Hennigan. The left wing barring a screen from Niall Miller. Guarded by Shy Hawkins aggressively. Really good effort. Shot clock winding down near 14. Putting it up. No good. Rebound Laila Phelia. Now Hawkins. Guarded by Miller again. Decide to go to the hole and is stripped away. The Bison on the other side. Bynum-Johnson looking for a lane. Just going to put it up. It's no good. Rebound Miller also no good. Still the same score of 2-1 as on the other side. Darius on the left wing to Burrows up top.
Got to get a bucket here. This is where I think you put the ball in the hands of Laila Phelia and let her go to work. Still searching for your first field goal, 3.5 minutes in.
Sophie Burrows, the floater, it goes. First field goal is good for Syracuse. And that'll sit down the Orange Faithful finally after a few minutes of gameplay. The Syracuse Orange lead early.
And a real good sign to see Burrows knock down her first bucket early on, just 4 points last game. She was expected to be one of this team's top scorers, just hasn't had her shot yet this season.
And Durant has the lone point for the Bison. Her shot right there, no good. Now Dominique Darius in transition, going down low to Izoje, but that one's rejected by Durant. Hennigan on the other side, picks up her dribble. Bounce pass to Durant. Resetting to Stewart. Great defense thus far by both teams. Shots just not falling as well. Niall Miller backs it up on Burrows, puts up a righty lay, and it's good. Howard regains the lead.
Miller mostly known for what she does on the defensive end, but great poise there inside to put the layup in.
Syracuse breaks the press. Burrows hand it off to Darius, knocked away. Keeps it in bounds.
You see there just the active hands from Miller, able to knock it away.
Darius projects the screen of Izoje, fadeaway jumper, it's cash. Dominique Darius, the second leading scorer of the squad. Her first points tonight.
That was a pretty shot, and just where you like to see Darius get it done in the mid-range.
Zoe Stewart passing to Rain Durant. Great ball denial by Shy Hawkins. Now to Destiny Bynum-Johnson. Bynum-Johnson's three-pointer. Did she call glass? Banks it in.
You'll take it if it goes in. No one cares at the end of the day if it goes off the backboard.
Aggressive press broken again by Syracuse. Now the corner. Phelia, her three-pointer. It's good. Great stroke by Laila Phelia, the leading scorer of Syracuse.
That was a big one. If you're Syracuse, you can't let Howard take a real early lead and take command early in this game, because then the Bison get a lot of confidence. Syracuse dropped a couple games early in the season last year to some low majors. You can't do that again this season.
And again going in. She's fouled. She'll go to the line when we come back. 8-7, Syracuse leading. And we'll be right back. Knocks down the first. Let's also go to Sydney back on the sideline. Sydney.
Niall Miller didn't sift through offers. She had to convince people to take a look. She and her mom sent out homemade highlight tapes just to get noticed. And now she's the longest tenured Bison and a decorated MEAC standout with third team, all defensive, and all rookie honors. A resume she and her mom built entirely from scratch.
I mean, you just love to hear stories like that of looking ahead of your careers, as that one's put up by Kira Scott. It's good off the turnaround, Jay.
That's exactly how you want to come out of the timeout. Great job by Kira Scott, who started the game on the bench to come in and bring some life to this offense.
We're going the other way here as that's turned over by Howard. Angelica Velez checked in for the Orange. There's Anaya Thomas also checked in as that three-pointer's pulled by Burrows. No good off the back iron. Velez with the rock. So Anaya Thomas is a stat sheet stuffer. We highlighted her in the beginning of the game. She came off the bench tonight. Velez with the rock for Syracuse. Going to Joni Thompson. Now the two-man game. The handoff back to Kira Scott. Another jumper. Consecutive field goals by Scott.
Really good job there to find Scott all alone, and she's as calm as it gets, just easily puts it in. Only 2 points per game this season for Scott, and she's already got 4.
Beautiful defense by Velez, and now the switch to Scott. Anaya Thomas caught for travel, and she walked.
And That's back-to-back possessions now with relatively unforced turnovers for Howard. It's a team that usually doesn't turn over the ball very much at all, but they're just getting a little bit ahead of themselves right now.
Syracuse is getting hot. 3 straight possessions with a field goal, leading by 5, 14-9 with 2 minutes to go. Now Hennigan still the primary ball handler, handing it off to Stewart. Pull up Jay in the baseline, no good. It's orange ball. Checking in for Howard, Jada Kendrick, also April Edwards. Velez bringing it up for the orange. Phelia picks up a dribble, gets pursued by Niall Miller, secures the ball nonetheless, and now down low to Journey Thompson, who couldn't secure it. Up top, Velez resetting. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bars a screen from Scott. That one knocked away by April Edwards. He'll stay in this side of the floor.
And these Howard defenders are not scared to try and block shots. They will just throw their arms around to try and avoid anything from going in. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to commit too many fouls, but at least so far today, they've been working, been all good.
So Phelia off the inbound splash. 3-pointer from Laila Phelia. That's what she does, Adam.
That's what you love to see. This Syracuse team, when it can shoot the three well, can really open its offense to another level. That's been the biggest issue so far this season. It expected to be a pretty good shooting team, but it just hasn't been there. Already 2 deep balls from Phelia, though.
Zanaya Thomas. Corner jumper good for Howard.
That's going to be key for the Bison to get Thomas going, for them to have success in this game. She went just 2 for 10 from the field last time out. Usually, efficiency is the best part of her game.
Journey Thompson's bucket rattles in for Syracuse. The offense is hot right now for the Orange.
How about a deep mid-range shot for Journey Thompson? That's not usually a big part of her game. Even had to adjust her shot midway with the defender coming up towards her, but an excellent job there from Thompson.
Now Jada Kendrick guarded by Phelia. Going down low to that stud and Thomas. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound Syracuse back to Velez. Going up court to Scott. Step through, no good. Battered by Phelia, but to no avail. Niall Miller had to get alerted by April Edwards, her teammate, that she was trying to throw to her. Niall Miller with the rock. Waving off her team. Going down low to Thomas. Little baby hook. Good for the Bison. Second field goal made for Thomas today. Maybe that's the game plan for Coach Grace, to get a spark off the bench after a rough loss against Purdue.
And also you have Izoje out of the game now.
Kira Scott going for another field goal. No good. And that'll do it for the quarter here as Syracuse leads 19-13. Well, it was just Thanksgiving a few
home here. This season, the Orange spent Thanksgiving at Coach Jack's house, but not for team bonding. She said earlier it's because she promised their parents that she would treat every player like family. I even heard Uche Izoje brought tomato soup. That was a hit, guys.
You love to hear all that great food. And you know, Coach Felicia, like Jack said, she didn't really have a favorite. I don't know if she'd want to hurt someone else's feelings on the team, but she said she enjoyed it all and didn't have a specific favorite dish. But we're back here for the second quarter here inside the JMA Wireless Dome. Syracuse leading 19-15 against the visiting Howard Bison. That one goes to Dominique Darius in the corner, pulling from 3, no good. Rebound, Journey Thompson. Angelica Velez passing to Dominique Darius. Resetting up top. Barring the screen from Thompson, gonna commit down to the hole. Foul called, shot no good. She's heading to the line.
Really good drive there from Darius. You love to see her just be so assertive in what she's trying to do and just gets herself to the free throw line. That's all you want to do when you're a player like Dominique Darius, who's as good of a free throw shooter as she is, over 90% from the line this season. Force that contact on your drives and find yourself at the free throw line to get some free points.
You need players like Darius defensively, as she's the steals leader for the Orange, as she takes her first free throw. It's good. Well, she's also elite, as you were saying, from the free throw line. 16 of 17 coming into the matchup today. Making this a 6-point game. April Edwards bringing it up for the Howard Bison. Nia Thomas handing it off to Jada Kendrick. Now back up top to Miller, and then Zoe Stewart down low to Thomas. Howard's best player backing down. Getting sort of Maddie Potts. That's knocked away by the Orange. Darius down court to Journey Thompson. Easy transition off the turnover for Syracuse.
Excellent eyes there from Dominique Darius to find Journey Thompson all the way down the floor, but it all starts with the defensive pressure, forcing those turnovers. It's been excellent.
There it is, knocked away from Shy Hawkins. Nobody in front of him. Easy lay. Largest lead of the day for the Orange, leading by 10.
It's all about this defensive pressure. Howard has been really good up until this point this year in dealing with pressure and not turning the ball over, but right now they just cannot seem to control the ball.
Thomas putting up the feed from Edwards. Second chance effort, good. She is a dog down low. On the other end, Darius guarded by Edwards. Darius waving traffic. Now to Maddie Potts in the corner, and then Journey Thompson. Maddie Potts off the screen in the baseline. Knocked away by Niall Miller. In transition, it's 1-on-4. She's going to put it up anyway. It's knocked away by Kira Scott.
Rejection by Kira Scott.
Excellent transition defense by Scott. Just keep your hands straight up in the air and won't be a foul call.
Dominique Darius got fouled in the reach. Niall Miller called on the foul. That's her first of the day. And more substitutions coming for Syracuse. Uche Izoje checking back in the ball game. And also Justice Fitzgerald. As Thompson and Scott exit. Really good minutes from Kira Scott tonight thus far.
Definitely. I think that she was really the key that brought Syracuse back into this game after that slow start. It really brought Syracuse into this game because the first 3.5 minutes they didn't have a field goal until Scott brought the energy.
Niall Miller with the active hands so far tonight as Edwards passes that to Stewart. Knocked away by Darius. Speaking of active hands, on the other end, one-on-one, spin move, feed two. Down low, knocked away off Shy Hawkins' lay. Offensive rebound, Syracuse going back to Izoje, and she just couldn't handle it. The pass was too high from Darius.
I understand the thought there of trying to get to the matchup, but just a little bit too much on the pass from Darius. You don't always need to force it down low, especially when you look at the matchup that Izoje had up against Hemingway. Only about a 5-inch, not even 3 or 4 inch difference maybe, so not to the point where you maybe needed to force it like Darius did.
Edwards driving to the lane, foul called. Block. To be called on Izoje.
Number 44, Uche Izoje.
Nice job there from April Edwards to not be afraid going into the Giants down low. She's one of the smaller players in this game, but showing no fear and gets herself to the free throw line where she usually has a lot of success.
Knocks down free throw 1 of 2. Edwards, the native of Little Rock, Arkansas. The redshirt sophomore, 5'7". Plays with so much heart as there's so many other players in this Howard Bison lineup. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. Sayla Hemingway checked in also as well for the Bison. Angelica Velez passing up top to Hawkins. Now Maddie Potts looking for somebody. Hawkins going down low to Justice Fitzgerald. Offensive foul called on Fitzgerald as she lowered her shoulder on Thomas, who stepped in.
It's a real good job by Thomas to feel the contact and fall. Just a little bit too aggressive there from Fitzgerald. She puts, you see that shoulder just bends down a little bit, and if you're a defender and you see the shoulder go down, that's the right move to take the charge and win possession for your team.
25-19 Syracuse with 6:10 left to play. Edwards driving down the right side of the lane, knocked away. Another turnover for the Bison. Steady lead for Syracuse as Hawkins receives the rock on the right side. Velez resetting up top, and Phelia back in the game, getting motioned off. Borrowing a screen from Fitzgerald is Velez, going to Phelia, wide open from the right wing. It's good. Laila Phelia, good from downtown.
She is just absolutely on fire. Third three-pointer already for Laila Phelia.
On the other end, April Edwards going down low to Thomas. Izoje putting her hand straight up, rechecks it. It'll stay on Howard's side, but solid defense, and that right there is why Coach Jack loves this young freshman especially.
She is just unbelievable down low. So much length, so much size. It feels like you're going up against a player who's 6'6", 6'7", just with the length that she has.
Thomas backing down Izoje, putting her shoulder down, almost got in and can't get the second chance, but Hemingway does. Off to Stewart, missed three. Rebound Syracuse, the shot's just not falling for Howard. Velez racing downfield, and it gets lost again and ends up in the hands of Miller. Jump ball called on the baseline.
You're going to have to knock down those open threes if you're Howard and you want a chance to win this game. The outside shooting just was not there in the Bison's blowout loss last time out against Purdue. It was really the main reason why they lost. They didn't make a single three for the first time all season. You have to shoot threes if you want to win an upset.
28-19 Syracuse. The largest lead of the day for the Orange was 10. And down low to Izoje, backing down Hemingway. The mismatch, it's good. Beautiful kiss off the glass for the freshman.
When she gets to her spot, she's so hard to stop. Izoje is just great feel around the rim. That time off the glass in it.
Laila Hennigan checked back in, and now to Niall Miller on the baseline. Guarded well by Fitzgerald. Free throw line jumper by Stewart, good. Les hurrying on the other side. Just under 5 minutes to go. 30-21 game. Shy Hawkins stepping in for the three-point line, driving down the lane. Ball is loose, and it was touched out of bounds by Hawkins. 30-21, Syracuse leading. Still with a little bit of time left in the half. We'll be right back on ACC Extra. Tad against Howard as we are back for the second quarter. Syracuse leading 30-21. Up top, Zoe Stewart, guarded by Velez, going down the right side lane, rejected by Izoje. It'll be orange ball.
It's 3 blocks already for Izoje. She's only played about 10 minutes in this game. Just unbelievable down low, so hard to score on.
Howard in the zone. Going down low to Izoje was Burrows. Foul called. He's heading to the line.
Really not much that Niall Miller could have done there other than foul. Excellent pass inside to the middle of the zone to Izoje. And then Thomas and Miller do their best job to try and collapse down on Izoje and make things difficult, but just not much you could do with how open she was other than foul.
First free throw, clanks out. Izoje has 3 points tonight thus far, 1 of 3 from the field, and 4 rebounds as well. Misses both. In transition now, Ariella Hennigan, the freshman from Chicago, attended Kenwood Academy. Zoe Stewart down low to Zanaya Thomas. Baseline jumper, no good. Burrows with the rebound. Angelica Velez needing a screen from Izoje. Getting the rolling, Izoje going up, guarded, foul called, shot goes, she's going to the line for one more.
Just the continuous attack from Uche. They give her the ball and she wants to go up and she's going to go up. An excellent job there to put the ball on the ground first, take a dribble, get that contact with a little pump fake, and get the chance for the and one. Now you got to knock it down, though. Izoje's been a pretty good free throw shooter so far this season. Just 1 for 3 today, though.
And that was Miller's 3rd foul. She completes the 3-point play. Syracuse is knocked down 5 of their last 7 field goal attempts. Ariella Hennigan bringing it up for Howard. Guarded by Velez, races past her, pulls up near the elbow. No good again.
That's just not really the shot that you want. Off balance early in the shot clock.
Velez dipping it down, no look feed to Izoje. She puts it up and in. 14-point lead for Syracuse.
It's just too big down there. So hard to stop, so much size, and Izoje is just rising above the entire defense. And Zaniyah Thomas is a really good defender in the MEAC, but Uche Izoje is another level.
Stewart's three-pointer, no good again. Howard, one of their last 9, knocked away by Burrows. They get one of their last 10 off the block. In transition, Velez dipping it to the left side for Phelia for 3, no good. Rebound Howard. 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Zoe Stewart tipping it off to Thomas. Nice spin move, the lefty finish, good for Thomas. Thomas has 8 tonight. Burrows to Phelia on the right wing. Velez resetting, Coach Jack trying to get her team to move from the sidelines, jumping. Johnny Thompson on the right elbow, airballed. No good, and not the way you want to end that position, but now checking in is Aurora Almon for the Orange. In for Uche Izoje. Syracuse leading by 12, 2:06 left in the second quarter. Zoe Stewart calmly bringing it up. Terre Haute, Indiana native. Destiny Bynum Johnson, guarded by Burrows. A three-pointer from Thomas, no good off the back iron. Syracuse players are fighting off of it. The rebound. Now down low, jump ball call between Rain Durant and Sophie Burrows. Possession arrow stays on the side of Howard.
Great job there from Durant to fight for possession and win her team the ball. These are a key next couple minutes for the Bison. If you want a chance, you gotta really go into the half with this being a single-digit game.
Kira Scott checked back in for Johnny Thompson. Scott today 2 of 4 from the field with 4 points, off of 7 minutes of her limited action. Now Zoe Stewart with the inbound in the baseline to Rain Durant, back to Stewart. Nice commit. Now off to Durant, pulling up, nice 2-man game off the backboard. No good, and still off the hands of Syracuse. It'll stay on the Bison side.
You're starting to see Howard have some success when it's pump faking and faking passes. Syracuse is very aggressive to try and block shots, jump those lanes, so those fakes are working.
That's again is Stewart going down low to Thomas, just puts it up, too high off the glass, Almon too long. Velez guarded by Stewart down the court. Fakes the need for the screen as that dribbles off her leg. Just lost control of that one. Now Ariella Hennigan checking back in for Selah Hemingway. April Edwards also checking in for Zoe Stewart. 12-point game with 1:22 left in the half. Syracuse has had firm control, especially in the second quarter. Glad to have you alongside some ACC Extra. Joseph Duffy and Adam Gotkin, Sydney Coulier on hand this afternoon. Thomas lowering their shoulder, putting it up, foul call, but shot no good. Heading to the line nonetheless.
Extremely aggressive there from Thomas on the drive. I was a little surprised that there wasn't an offensive foul at first. Looked like almost she was getting her elbows involved there, but it's a really good job of trying to make sure that she's able to get to her spot and get to her position. And if the referees don't see a foul, then there isn't one.
Thomas has been throwing up a lot of shots tonight, 4 of 11. She's cashed in a lot. Came off the bench. She's the usual starter, one of the starting forwards for the Bison as that one clanks in and out. Tonight, though, Coach Grace bringing her off the bench, leads her team with 15.3 points per game this season.
I don't know if this was Coach Grace's plan to try and avoid the matchup of Thomas and Izoje being in at the same time, but that's how it's gone pretty much in this first half. The two haven't really faced off very much.
Now Velez passing to Burrows. Three-pointer no good. The shooting struggles continue as that one's kept on the side of Syracuse. Phelia from three. No good as well. Another offensive rebound from Almon. 42 seconds left in the half. And the crowd applauding the effort offensively for the Orange. Velez in the left wing. Guarded by Hennigan, meeting a screen from Almon. Dumping it off the roll, now off the cut and the baseline. No good from Kira Scott. Rolls off the front of the rim. In transition with 20 seconds left. Destiny Bynum Johnson. Now taking it slow to wind the clock down in an 11-point game. Howard needing to stay in this ball game. Hennigan trying to shake a defender, putting up a jumper, no good. 5 seconds left, 3 seconds, and a foul called as Velez lost her footing off of Hennigan's push.
Number 4, Ari Hennigan. Her first personal, that's the team.
Howard is shooting 28% from the floor. Now in the bonus, Velez into the line for 2 shots rather. The double bonus. This free throw goes. They can get a 12-point game. Velez averages 3 points a game this year in 13 minutes per game as she cashes in 2 huge free throws with 2 seconds to go. Here's Ariel Hennigan putting up a prayer from beyond the arc. No good. As Syracuse goes to the locker room, leading 37-24 after an end of first half, and what a half it was for Syracuse.
I mean, the defense, once again, just flat out dominating Syracuse. In the second half, Izoje is going to be aggressive. It's just tough for her because, you know, on one hand, she's being told you got to calm down, you can't commit fouls, and on the other hand, it's be more physical, get involved. It's tough to do both things at once.
Coach Jack saying she's still adjusting to the American game. Again, she played in Japan for the last 3 years. Back here for the second half as that knocks off the foot of Dominique Darius. The faithful back on their feet, waiting for the Orange's first field goal of the second half, and now that goes down low to Hawkins, who goes to Burrow off the glass. Burrows, excuse me. 15-point lead for the Orange to start off this second half.
That's not the first time today SU has found the extra pass. They've done an excellent job of getting those easy buckets.
That one rejected by Sophie. Burrows in transition. Darius down low to Hawkins. Great transition offense by the Orange.
Coach Grace said that she wishes her team was getting back on defense quicker. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. The block and then the score on the other end.
Kick called on Hawkins. Syracuse up to 12 total assists.
Just an excellent job there from Darius looking ahead. He's been great with that all game long. His entire Syracuse backcourt's been great all game long at looking forward and trying to get those points in transition.
Rough day for Hennigan, the ball handler, just passed it to Thomas. 0 for 6 from the field today. Now Thomas with a wide open lane and an easy finish. Defensive lapse right there for Syracuse. On the other end, Darius going to Burrows, gonna pull from 3. Still no good. Going to the side of Howard. This year, Burrows has struggled from deep. Came into this game shooting 12% from three-point land.
And just 0 for 4 today, but what you want to see is the confidence to continue shooting. Sophie Burrows proved all last season that she has what it takes to knock down deep shots. It's one of the better parts of her game. Coach Jack said she's making them in practice, making them pregame. This is just that sport sometimes. It is a cruel, cruel thing when you think you're a good shooter and for some reason in game they just don't fall, but it's all about confidence and good from Burrows to keep them going.
Nice pull-up switch by Zoe Stewart. Howard needs to stay in this game. They've struggled from field goal shooting. That one almost gets knocked away in Darius' hands, and it does get turned over as Thomas retrieves the turnover. Laila Hennigan.
Coach Jack has been very quick to go to the bench in this game. After that Darius turnover, she points to Angelica Velez and says, "You're going in for Dom." They're very, very, very quick to make a change right now.
Thomas, nice plant foot driving, putting her shoulder down, knocked away by Izoje. And there comes that substitution as Velez checks in for Dominique Darius.
You know, I think my favorite thing about Uche is how casual she is with blocks. She's not really staring you down much. She's not talking too much. It's just usual for her to have some crazy rejections like that.
Now underneath the goal. Hennigan to inbound. Down low to Thomas, guarded by Burrows. Pumping, putting it up, off the glass. Didn't even hit the rim. It'll stay on the Bison side, and the bench is starting to get really into it for Coach Grace's ball club. 13-point game. Down low to Thomas with the shot clock winding down. It goes. Thomas wanting a foul as she races back to the other side. Phelia on the other end. Going to Velez, her three-pointer off the front of the rim. Now with nobody else in front of her, Hennigan going to the hole, pumping, putting it up and in.
That just doesn't feel like the smartest shot there from Angelica Velez. Early in the shot clock to let one loose. Might as well just be more.
Burrows puts a cut into that 6-0 run to make it again 11-point game.
That's what I was going to say. You got to be more patient if you're Syracuse. The patience is working on offense.
Knocked away by Phelia. They were looking for Rain Durant down low. And substitution for the Bison. Manukwe into the game. A little miscommunication offensively for the Bison. Thomas trying to back down. Burrows, little shimmy. Foul called. Coach Jack protesting that call. Does not like it at all. Foul called on Izoje.
Just the second of the day for Izoje. She's been pretty good so far at not committing fouls. At time, just a little bit of the arm to make contact with, and puts Thomas at the line.
Thomas today has 13 points as they trail by 11. Makes her first free throw. Thomas, again, the big storyline today. Arguably the best player for the Bison, but came off the bench today against Syracuse. He's otherwise started every other game for the Bison, and today that was, I'm guessing, a tactical decision as a foul was called down low. Block called on Izoje.
Our personal foul on number 24, Zion Thomas. It's our first personal, and the team's first.
Seemed like Izoje and Thomas were just battling for position there, and Thomas with a little bit of a push.
Laila Phelia up top, needing a screen from Burrows. Deciding to drain. To go on the left side, she picks up a shot. It goes, and she's headed to the line for one more.
Well, Phelia showed off her three-point shooting today. How about the ability to drive and finish through contact? Excellent there as Thomas was on her back to put it in off the glass, and now a chance for a three-point play.
Phelia's got 11 this afternoon. Leaks the three-point play. She's got 12, and Syracuse leads by 13. 6:20 left in this third quarter. And Manukwe just checked in recently. Velez guarding Zoe Stewart, now to Thomas. Now double teamed. The left wing back to Stewart. Pull up Jane in the free throw line. Too short. Rebound is Izoje. Shy Hawkins on the right side for the Orange. In the corner, Velez going down low to Izoje. Shy Hawkins. In transition to Laila Phelia on the left wing. Down low to Izoje in the mismatch. Right wing pull up almost. A J from Shy Hawkins. Now Phelia committing all the way. A little flying fadeaway floater from Phelia. 17-point lead for the Orange.
Man,
Fifth block of the day for Izoje.
That was slick, wasn't it? How about that from Phelia? She showed off everything now. The mid-range, the driving, this defense as well.
Now Stewart in disarray going to the corner for Howard. No good from Nukwe's three. Offensive rebound, and Nukwe has it down low. She's fouled and heads to the line. Syracuse on a 7-0 run, and what a great run it was. Now before we went to break and just missed her first free throw attempt. On the second, she cashes in to make it a 16-point game. Syracuse leading 50-34. A Sunday afternoon matchup. Jasmine Cooper checked in for the first time today for Syracuse. Laila Phelia up top to Burrows in the corner. Now Camden Nelson from three in the corner, no good. Gets her own rebound. Knocked away by Howard, and that's a turnover.
Very interesting lineup-wise here from Syracuse coach Felicia Leggett-Jack. Camden Nelson and Jasmine Cooper, the two freshmen, both checking in for the first time today. Those two had started each of the first 6 games. It was Nelson who started the first 3, Cooper started the second 3, and yet here in Game 7, we don't see them until 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That possession nearly knocked away by Journey Thompson, but she fouls on the loose ball, and it'll stay in the Howard ball. Pass in, Emma Nukwe looking for someone to go to. Goes to Thomas, who almost fell. And that'll be an over and back call. Back to the orange.
Nukwe just has to be more mindful there of where she's passing the ball to. She put Thomas in a bad position, catching that right at about midcourt. There was nothing she could do really to avoid the backcourt violation.
Howard has no field goals in the last 3:15 of gameplay. Journey Thompson down low to Cooper. Double team, gets knocked away, but reach is going to be called.
Cooper a little bit lucky there that she drew the foul, decided to put the ball on the deck, almost triple team down low. Usually you just want to keep the ball high above your waist so that it can't get knocked down.
Howard, number 12, Nelly Marino.
Nelly Moreno checks in. Cooper passing to Burrows. Nice bounce down low to Nelson. Burrows going to Thompson, guarded by Thomas. Pivoting, stepping through, and nice post moves from Journey Thompson.
Thompson for 2 points.
52-33 Syracuse.
That's what you love to see from Journey Thompson. There's no doubt about what she can do rebounding or defensively. She can open up her offensive game, and she can take it to the next level.
What a response from Zanaya Thomas. Sophie Burrows, step back three-pointer. No good again. Overshot. And a foul called off the rebound. It's in the hands of Dally Moreno. Her first action today, the Bronx native, transfer from Stony Brook. Number 12 in blue. Howard fighting to stay alive in this game. April Edwards, the ball handler. Stewart now down low to Thomas again. Moreno trying to score her first points of the game. She will. It's a 13-point game, Dally Moreno. On the other end, Burrows to Laila Phelia. Guarded by Nukwe, a screen from Thompson. Burrows backing down Thomas. Near the top of the line, almost knocked away by Stewart. That's another successful defensive possession for Coach Grace's ball club.
You really notice the drop-off in production for Syracuse's offense when Angelica Velez has been on the bench today. She's just been flat-out incredible. She's got almost double-digit assists. When she's off the floor, the movement just doesn't seem to be where it needs to be.
April Edwards passing to Moreno, guarded by Cooper. That one picked off by Sophie Burrows. 1-on-2. Takes it for herself. No call. It's going to be a clean play as that ends up loose, out of bounds. It'll stay on Syracuse's side.
Great job there from Burrows, looking like a defensive back. She saw that coming about 3 seconds before the pass was even sent.
No three-point field goals by either team in the second half. A combined 0 for 5 from downtown. 2:07 left in the third quarter. Jasmine Cooper down low to a wide-open Journey Thompson. It's good. 17-point game inside the dome. just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Dali Moreno, guarded by Thompson. Now to Thomas, guarded by Izoje. Trying to spin through contact, foul called. Foul called on Journey Thompson.
Number 2, Journey Thompson. That's her third personal.
That's her third personal of the day.
Syracuse.
And that's ruled a shooting foul. Thomas will head to the line as Thompson checks out for Laila Elmone, who checks back in.
Going to the line for 2 shots will be Uche Thomas.
Thomas today is 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Make it 3 for 5. She's got 17 today. Wednesday against Purdue, she had 12 points and 7 boards in that blowout loss. Cashes in both free throws, make it a 15-point game. Now Camden Nelson, Connecticut native, 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year, checked in, passing to Burrows. Back in Nelson's hands. Izoje almost loses control. Now Burrows screening. Throwing it up to Cooper, who goes back to Nelson. Just putting it up with the shot clock winding down, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Just an all-around poor possession for Syracuse's offense there.
Yeah, a couple interesting decisions. First off, from Burrows to try and force that inside. Luckily, it wasn't taken away, but you got to make sure you get a shot off at some point in the possession that's at least a decent look.
Newquay spinning through traffic, puts it up and rattles in. Howard cutting the lead, and a timeout. Actually, excuse me. Miscommunication, that'll go to be Howard ball. Just a substitution here for Syracuse.
Yeah, I didn't even see what happened there. Assuming just a miscue on the inbound, whether there was a foot inbounds as the ball was passed or whoever caught it was already out of bounds. But that's a crucial mistake and a chance to make it a 10-point game.
Now Thomas throwing it up, and after it was looking like Syracuse would run away with this one, it's a 10-point game. Shy Hawkins putting her shoulder down. No call. She's on the floor. Coach Jack is not happy. Down the other end. Edwards guarded by Hawkins. Zanaya Thomas, the hot hand, driving on Izoje, putting up the lay. It might have been tipped. Dominique Darius in a 10-point game with 15 seconds to go. Burrows, a three-pointer from deep, and rattles in. And you talk about someone who needed a three-pointer just to desperately fall.
You couldn't have asked for anything more there if you're Sophie Burrows. A huge three, and you can tell just by the reaction of the crowd. Keep shooting. They will fall eventually, and they have today. 7 points already in this third quarter. That's more than her season average, and Burrows was a double-digit scorer last year, so 7 points is not what she's expecting. She's always expecting more from herself.
Yes, second leading scorer with the clock winding down. Howard putting up a prayer. No good from Emma Newquay, and that'll do it for 3 here as Syracuse leads 57-44. She'll head to the line to start off Syracuse's first offensive possession. Foul called on Dali Moreno for the Bison.
We've seen all game. These players are very antsy to get out on the court. They've come out of timeouts early, and just 7 seconds into the quarter before we were even fully ready, Darius gets herself to the free throw line.
First free throw clanks in and out for Darius. Quite her day offensively for Dominique Darius. 4 points tonight. Not as many shot attempts as well. Came into the game averaging 13 points a game as she knocks down her second. Tonight, though, she only has 5. 58-44 nonetheless. I'm sure she'll take the win for a team that's en route to a victory against the Bison in the Sunday afternoon matchup. Zoe Stewart guarded by Shy Hawkins. Leading a screen from Thomas. She'll pass to Thomas down low. Backing down Aurora Elmone. Go up top, actually. Stewart pull up Jay in the right elbow. Rattles out. Elmone has a rebound knocked away by Moreno. Moreno can't go in the shot, can't go in the basket, rather. Now Burrows in transition. Darius back to Burrows. for Izoje to give her a screen up high. Darius stepping back, now to Burrows. Down low to Izoje, guarded by Thomas. Turnaround fader, beautiful. Izoje has 12 tonight. Moreno turns it over for the Bison. Now Hawkins. Going down low to Izoje, the hot hand, foul called. It might have been a smart foul by Moreno. A big storyline to watch. Laila Phelia, who again tweaked her ankle on Wednesday, was good to go for this game. Now looks healthier. She was treated by a trainer, but she's on the sidelines. As she's had 14 points today. She's been really efficient, but this is something to monitor for sure, Adam.
She is this team's star. This team will only go as far as Laila Phelia takes them this season, so it's not worth it to risk her health if there's anything going on right now. We've got a big game coming up on Wednesday against Auburn in the ACC SEC Challenge, so I wouldn't be shocked if we've seen the last of Phelia today.
Izoje's second free throw rattles out. She still has 13, almost offensive rebound by Almon, but she's fighting nonetheless. Jump ball called on the floor. Possession arrow to Howard. We're gonna have a quick conference near the corner about if it was a foul or possibly a jump ball. They'll keep the same call on the floor. .834 left in the ball game. Syracuse leading by 17. Shania Thomas going to Edwards. Passing down to Newquay. Zoe Stewart, good ball movement by the Bison. Burrows falls on the floor off the nudge. Now up to the elbow to Durant. Good defense by the Orange. 4 seconds left in the shot clock. Knocked away by Izoje and stolen. In transition, she's got the ball. Dominique Darius from 3. Rattles out offensive rebound on Mon. Now Darius going to the hole. Misses again, but a foul called on a loose ball.
Those shots may not have fallen for Syracuse, but you have to love what you just saw in those past 30 or so seconds. First off, on the defensive end, excellent communication after Burrows falls to the ground and Darius gets a little bit out of position for Izoje to fill that spot in the zone, and then Almon on the other end with an excellent pass. You almost get a second chance point for Darius, and now the third chance leads to some free throws.
Genesis Perrin checks in for the Bison as Hawkins misses her first free throw.
It's been an interesting day for Shy Hawkins. Had her first start of the season. Hasn't necessarily been that big of a threat on the offensive end, but I mean, she's been really good on defense. 3 steals, has been super active and involved.
Let's go to Sydney Kuya in the sidelines with more on Shy Hawkins.
Like many players, Shy Hawkins has a pregame ritual, but hers doesn't start without her dad. Before every game, she gets a motivational video from her father, Patrick, reminding her who she is and pushing her to be great. She watches it, locks in with music, says a prayer, and then hits the floor ready to go.
Hawkins has played really well today. She knocked in that second free throw just moments ago, but the Orange missed that field goal. Thomas, by the way, has 22 points tonight for Howard. Goes off the leg of the Bison. They actually will keep it on this side of the floor. Second game for Syracuse is Kira Scott in for Rhode Almon. Ariella Hennigan to inbound for the Bison. Up top to Thomas. Now on the left side, Edwards from downtown. Splash. Beautiful. Her foot was actually on the line, make it a 2-point field goal. 14-point game, Syracuse leading. Trying to close out the Bison. Dominique Darius, good backdoor cut from Shy Hawkins.
We've seen those type of buckets really start to come along today. You know, we're now into this almost second month of the season. December starts tomorrow, and that team chemistry is really starting to show.
Thomas's try, no good. Burrows with the ball, going up court to Shy Hawkins, intercepted by Ariella Hennigan. Deceiving Burrows, the 5'6" guard. Thomas bumping her shoulder, foul called. There'll be no shot. Foul called on Kira Scott. That's her first personal of the day. As you can see right there, the crafty Thomas wants to complete possibly a three-point play, but the foul was committed before she put her shot up. Ruled on the floor.
And how she's been playing and how aggressive she's been, I think it's the right idea to be aggressive.
Absolutely, 20 shot attempts today. Nobody else in the lineup has more than 10. 6:26 left in the fourth. And again, looking for someone to pass to. Up top should go to April Edwards. Left wing, three-pointer, Zoe Stewart, good. And a timeout called. What a run by Howard to stay alive in this game. They did everything they could in the third quarter to even up that third quarter score, and they're staying alive down 13 here in the Dome. Getting active early into the grad program. Jump ball call between Hawkins and Hennigan. Possession arrow orange this time.
Niall Miller has made her way back out onto the floor for Howard, but she's playing with 4 fouls, so has to be very, very careful. Her aggression is what makes her so dangerous on defense, but with 4 fouls, you got to tone that down.
Burrows to inbound to Angelica Velez. On the other side of the court to Shy Hawkins. Press broken rather effectively. Hasn't been too big of trouble for Syracuse today, this Howard press. Velez borrowing the screen from Scott. Again, a 13-point game. Burrows draining as much clock as possible and no rush with 3 seconds left. She needs to hurry now. Fadeaway jumper, too short. Rebound Scott. She lost control, and it'll be Howard ball.
There's just been too many of those unforced turnovers for Syracuse this season in this game where the ball just slips out of their hands. 15 turnovers already today. It's one of those things that as the season goes on, you get deeper and deeper into the year, they have to be cleaned up.
I'm sure Coach Jack will have a lot to say to her team after he saw how she was after the end of the first half, but credit to Coach Ty Grace and how she's prepared her ball club today against stout competition. Undersized and overmatched. They found a way to stay in this game inside the JMA Wireless Dome. April Edwards driving down the left side. Well guarded by Hawkins, now to Thomas in the left wing. Top to Hennigan, guarded by Izoje. Trying to play with her food. Driving down the right side, Niall Miller checked back in. Too short on the baseline.
That was a great job by Izoje defensively, guarding someone almost a foot shorter than you, but she looked comfortable out on the perimeter.
Izoje. Thompson down low to Burrows, double team, just puts it up. And no good, but Hawkins does the rest off the second chance effort. He's got 9 points tonight.
Shy Hawkins is just one of those players that you always want on the floor because she's going to get down and dirty, do those little things, get you second chance points like that.
Picked away almost by Velez. And you need those do-it-all players. Every team needs that. She's been doing it tonight as she has 9 points, 5 boards as the foul is called as Hennigan charters towards the lane.
I'm really intrigued to see if Shy Hawkins has earned herself a spot in the starting lineup for the next game against Auburn as well. I think that's without a doubt going to be the biggest thing to follow for the Orange over the next couple weeks as ACC play really starts to get underway. Who's going to solidify themselves as the 5th starter? You know, Hawkins has shown today that she can get a lot of rebounds, can score when needed. But we've also seen a lot of good from some of the freshmen like Jasmine Cooper and Camden Nelson, who are starting some of the first 6 games.
Hennigan knocks in the second free throw, breaking the press again. Izoje Thompson, who does the rest. 16-point game with 4.5 left. And that is a big storyline. Who can be that effective fifth starter that you can depend on in the lineup? We talked about the nucleus in the beginning of the game between Darius and Laila Phelia and Izoje. He can be the fifth possibly.
Yeah, because you have no doubt that Burroughs is the fourth out of those big three. She hasn't been there this season, but you trust because of stuff like that, the leadership that she brings, the rebounds, that she'll find it.
Burroughs overshoots Velez off the press. 16-point game with 4 minutes to go. Jada Kendrick checking back in for the Bison, in for April Edwards.
Jada Kendrick in for the Bison.
These games are always hard to judge when you're the Power 4 team, because surely you can win handily, but there's always something to critique that you want to get better at. As that one goes in for Zoe Stewart. He's got 9 points tonight. Burroughs getting pressured, calls timeout. Under stress, the timeout goes, and it's granted by the officials. The 30-second timeout will stay right here, as this is a 14-point game with 3:37 left, Adam. And you look at how Syracuse has played tonight. Some bad, but definitely a lot of good that you can look forward to.
Oh, without a doubt, I think that the defense once again has shown up. There's no doubt that a Felicia Leggett-Jack team is always going to play with a lot of energy on the defensive end, and that's the case once again. And I think they do really need to show something in these final 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. We live in a world of analytics where you have to blow teams out. Howard is a potential NCAA tournament team, so if Syracuse can beat them by 20 or a little bit more, then it's a real good sign on its resume.
Howard shooting 36%, a stark contrast after the first half where they were shooting in between 20 and 30%. They've done much better in the second half. And credit to Coach Ty Grace, as that one's picked off by Zanaya Thomas. Now to Stewart on the left side, rattles in. It's a 12-point game, and there's life with the Bison. Now Velez going to Thompson, breaking the press, lay goes. Flanagan to a wide open Miller in the right wing, who didn't commit down the lane. She could have had a chance to score. Foul called on Hennigan's shot attempt. She's heading to the line. Burroughs called on the foul. That's her second personal of the afternoon.
Somebody get in.
3:15 left in the fourth quarter as Hennigan is back at the line. The Chicago native, a true freshman, 5'6". She cashed in a free throw, 1 of 2. She is the assist leader for the team thus far in the brief amount of play, coming in with 2.1 assists a game. She cashes in 2 for 2 in the charity stripe. Pressed again, Velez. This time a foul called, and Niall Miller just cannot believe it. And neither can Coach Grace, and that'll do it, as it'll be 5 fouls. By Shy Hawkins, her 5th of the day.
That's tough there for Howard to lose Miller. Yes, only 2 points today, but she is, an all-conference defender for a reason. And it's going to be tough for the Bison to try and come back down by 12 without their top players.
Now Hawkins faking on the press. Velez in the right wing. Jack telling Velez to slow down and let the set form. Just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Down low to Izoje. Nice turnaround jumper. Just a little bit off, gets her own board. That's what she does best. No second chance points for Uche Izoje. She's got 15.
She's almost got herself yet another double-double. It's 15 and 9 on the day.
Sayla Hemingway passing to Kendrick. Now back to Hennigan up top. Tripped up, foul called. She's holding her ankle.
Syracuse foul line number 44, Uche Izoje.
I just don't like to see moments like this. Sure hope she is okay. As there is an official's timeout on the floor to care for Ariella Hennigan.
Her leaders in Niall Miller, fouling out, and now one of your freshmen, and Ariella Hennigan is on her way to the locker room. A bit short-handed out on the floor.
72-58, and as play resumes, Zoe Stewart with the rock, guarded by Angelica Velez. Barring the screen from Thomas. Stewart going to Thomas, overshoots the entry pass, but Thomas gets it nonetheless. A foul is called. Called on Angelica Velez.
It's her first personal.
It's her first personal foul today.
Syracuse is going to send Zania Thomas to the line.
Thomas to the line. Here comes Lydia Schmidt. To a rowdy applause from Syracuse fans. In for Angelica Velez. Schmidt, the 5'5" sophomore from Staten Island. Thomas's first free throw is good. She's got 23. Again, you talk about this aggression today by Thomas. She has really put up a lot of shots. 20 shots today, 9 for 20 from the field. Nobody else has more than 13 in the lineup. She has been sensational today for the Bison.
And she's had to do it. There hasn't been any other options for Howard to get buckets. Thomas has done a lot of it herself. 3 offensive rebounds. It's been second chance points, and she's gotten her own buckets.
Schmidt with the rock up top. Shy Hawkins on the left wing. Calling for it with Izoje, almost loses it. Now back to the left wing is Hawkins. Calling for it is Journey Thompson. Knocked away, it'll stay in the side of the orange. And the substitute is Dylan Watson.
Number 2, Dylan Watson in for Howard.
Does not get a lot of playing time, the young freshman. Now Izoje, the alley-oop off the entry pass. No good. Fighting for it near the sideline. Foul called. That should stay in the side of Syracuse.
Howard foul line number 14, Jada Kendrick.
Jada Kendrick called on the foul. A little bit of extra help right here, if you will. The Syracuse bench helping up Shy Hawkins. She has to the line.
For the Cuse.
First free throw rattles in and out. Hawkins today, 9 points. 4 of 8 from the field. Came in averaging 5.3 points per game. Really been a stat sheet stuffer today for the Orange. Rattles in free throw number 2. It's a 13-point game with 1:50 left. Syracuse tonight 62% from the free throw line. April Edwards passing to Kendrick outside, stolen by Olivia Schmidt. That should get a big applause. That goes to the corner to Sophie Burrows. Back to Schmidt. Back low to Izoje. Double team, puts it up. Shot goes. She's headed to the line for another and one. She celebrates with Hawkins. Now called on Sayla Hemingway, as you can see, Izoje fighting for positioning in the mismatch. Izoje just too strong. Izoje completes the 3-point play. She's got 18 tonight. Sayla Hemingway, guarded by Burrows. Now Izoje guarding Zania Thomas, pumping. Now backing down to Izoje. Dylan Watson, the freshman. Turnaround, Jay Swish, it's good. Beautiful looking mid-range jumper from the youngster.
Watson, a real key recruit for Howard. Comes from River Hill High School in Columbia, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. And for Howard to keep homegrown players like her near D.C. to go to D.C., it's big for this program.
Good feet to Izoje for 20 points tonight. By the way, that was the first collegiate points for Dylan Watson in her young career. Uche Izoje cashing in to make it 5 of the last 7 field goals made for Syracuse. Thomas stepping through. Izoje still gets a piece of the ball somehow. It'll stay in the Bison side.
At some point this season, we're going to be on Uche Izoje triple-double watch. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 6 blocks. She's got a chance to get there with those blocks at some point.
That was the 10th team block, by the way, by the Orange this game. Now with 24 seconds left, leading by 16. Nothing left to prove for Syracuse. And that gets the crowd standing on their feet as Syracuse is 10 seconds away from their 6th victory of the season. And what a game it was. Shooting 50.8% from the field against the visiting Howard Bison. And the Syracuse MEAC partnership has gone on for so